Now, the Roman Catholic Church has another little problem. One of the leading doctrines of the Church of Rome is the celibacy of the clergy. In other words, the priests cannot get married. They have to take a vow of celibacy and refrain from the state of matrimony. That is not in the Bible, except where Paul says to young Timothy that it is a doctrine of devils to deny marriage. Paul clearly states it is a satanic doctrine, and it was the priesthood of Babylon that was forbidden marriage. So the whole clergy of Rome, bishops, priests, cardinals, abbots, are all forbidden holy matrimony. So surely Peter, who they say was the first pope, he would have to have been a single man. Peter couldn't have a wife because that would spoil the whole story. It would knock their whole little fable and their vain tradition right out the window. But what does the Bible tell us in Matthew 8, verses 14 and 15? And when Jesus was come into Peter's house, he saw his wife's mother laid, and sick of a fever. And he touched her on the hand, and the fever left her, and she arose and ministered unto them. Peter did not only have a wife, he had a mother-in-law as well. No, there's no getting around it. It's in the Word of God. Now, some don't believe that, of course. The priests of Rome say, well, she died, or he got rid of her, or something happened to her. That's early on in the story, but by the time the church was formed, he didn't have a wife anymore. But if we go to 1 Corinthians chapter 9 and verse 5, Paul responds to a question regarding marriage. Not only Peter, but the whole lot of them broke their vow of celibacy. All these apostles have got wives. Haven't we the power to lead about a sister, a wife, as well as the other apostles, like the brethren of the Lord and Cephas? The whole apostles, brethren of the Lord, and Cephas were all married. Who is this Cephas? Cephas was Peter. The name Peter is translated from the name Cephas. Please note again, the Apostle John interprets the name Cephas as a stone. He was just a little stone, not the rock of foundation. And all of this is taking place about 30 years after the events at Calvary and Pentecost. Peter's wife hadn't died. She hadn't gone anywhere. She went on Peter's missionary journeys and traveled with him. And Paul is saying to these Corinthians, come on, am I not entitled to have a wife and bring her about with me on my preaching tours as well? Haven't I got as much right to have a wife as the other apostles, the brothers of Jesus, and even Peter? This truly puts the institution of Rome in an awkward situation, doesn't it?